Welcome to State of Tech. This is James with an iPhone 5S case review for you. I've got here the Lifeproof Frē case for the iPhone 5S. Now, being that this is a Lifeproof case, this is a completely waterproof case that's going to protect our phone from the elements, such as dust, snow, dirt, mud, water, and even dropping. You can see it doesn't add too much weight or bulk to the iPhone 5S. And the beauty of this is that it's fully waterproof and we can still use our Touch ID sensor. So I'm going to go ahead and lock my device, hold down my home button, and then go ahead and use my thumbprint to unlock my device. Now the way that this does this is there is a screen protector built in here. You can see it kind of reflect here in the video. And down here on the home button, it kind of has an adhesive home screen kind of screen protector there. Now, when you put it on your device, they do recommend that you program all of your thumbprint scans into the iPhone 5S before putting it into the case. Because I don't know if you can see here in the video, it does kind of stick to the home button. So once you program it here, you're going to want to program it before. Otherwise, you might have misreads here when you program it with the case on. So once you've done that, you'll be able to start using the Touch ID sensor here with this case. Now this is the quality of Lifeproof that we've come to expect. We have our volume switches up here. You see our plus and minus for our volume up and down. We have a rotational rocker for our mute. Now this is, it works backwards here. So when it's up, it's going to be loud. And when it's down, it's going to be loud and up. Up is vibrate and down is loud. It kind of works in reverse order here. So that's what you're going to keep out for that here on the rotational switch. We have our lock button up here at the top that you would normally expect. And then down here at the bottom of the device, we have our lightning connector and our headphone jack. Now these are completely waterproof, so what I have to do is flip this down to be able to access my lightning connector up in there. And you can kind of see that in the video. There's my exposed lightning connector. And then with the headphone jack, I have to unscrew this. Now you want to put this down pretty tight because these are going to be the seals here for your waterproof case. You see the yellow rubber here, that represents the seal to keep the water out whenever the case is together. And if you want to use headphones and cables, now this opening for the lightning cable does fit most cables that I've used, even third-party connectors and car chargers I've used. But with the headphone cable, it's a little bit tricky to get ones right. The actual iPhone earpods work perfectly fine, but I've had a few cables that haven't worked in here because they're too thick to fit through this groove. Now, to compensate for that, Lifeproof has included a cable that you can use, this adapter right here that you can screw into the headphone jack, and it actually creates a seal here as well. You see the rubber seal here around the tip of the base, so what we do is we go ahead and stick that in, screw it in here, and it's going to create a waterproof seal for our device. That way, when we have this cap closed, and then this headphone extension in, we can still use our headphones, even maintaining our waterproof seal on our device. So if you had some waterproof headphones that you wanted to use, you could use this extension cable here to go ahead and use those headphones and maintain your waterproof seal. Now you'll notice that we did stick this iPhone in water, and a lot of the touch functionality was still able to be used. In some cases, we were able to actually tap on the screen and still be able to use our device to take photos underneath water. And in some circumstances, we weren't able to use our Touch ID. We had to wipe the screen off before we were able to use the sensor again. Now, while the phone is underneath water, you can still use your volume shutter, the plus button, or the volume up button to take photos while your device is underwater. But you might have a little trouble tapping to focus. Now, the case here, you see here if we unlock our case again, we still have full touch functionality. I can access Control Center with ease. I can access Notification Center. I can swipe through all my pages and applications like I normally would. One thing that I did notice is up here at the top of the screen, there's a little slight bump due to the camera sensor and the proximity sensor that helps the phone light up in dim and dark rooms. Now, being that there is that little bump, sometimes when I touch up here at the top of the screen, it has a little bit of a delay. Now, there isn't much delay when you're using your regular touch, and even using the Touch ID, I didn't notice any real delay with the actual device. Now, one thing to keep in mind as well is being that there is a waterproof case, the sound is going to be a little muffled coming out of the speakers and the volume buttons, and you might sound a little weird while you're on your phone talking to your friends. Now, this might be a great case for everyday use if you're looking to protect your phone from water, or if you have kids and they, take your phone and like to throw water on it or anything like that. It's going to be a great case for those kind of circumstances. Now, as an everyday user case, it wouldn't be for me because of the touch functionality, and then this muffled sound kind of throws me off a little bit while you're typing a text message or playing a game or listening to some music or even watching a little YouTube video here on your phone. It does sound a little weird, but it does work still. You still can hear the sound and still use it. It just sounds a little muffled than you normally would expect it. Other than that, I think this is a great case. It does have all the openings for the camera and the flash like you would expect for the 5S. It's got enough room for your dual tone flash to go off and plenty of room for your camera. So I didn't notice any photo degrading or anything like that. The quality was still the same. We have an opening here that shows off the beautiful Apple logo. And then down here in the bottom, we have all of our Lifeproof brand marking down here, which I think is a nice logo, and it looks really nice in the case. And the case overall, I really like the design of it. It really complements the design of the iPhone 5 and the 5S, and it does not add a lot of weight, like I said in the beginning. This is an overall great case, and I would recommend this for anyone that's looking to protect their case from the elements, or is looking for a general waterproof case to take some photos underneath water or to use while you're swimming. Now, once again, this is the iPhone 5S Frē case by Lifeproof. Be sure and visit lifeproof.com and get yours today.